Welcome back to Perspective Podcast. This is episode 23. We've been doing this for 23 weeks, consistently. Who would have thunk it? Well, this is beautiful, and as we get into the start of the episode, I just want to say thank you for staying tuned into the episodes, and thank you for the growth. We're really growing on YouTube. Who would have thunk it? This was something that I wanted to start doing on Spotify and exclusively on Spotify. But then one day I was like, why don't we just do it on YouTube? Started doing it on YouTube, and only till like last week we've actually grown a little bit of a cult, of a perspective cult. And I just want to say thank you, because who would have thunk it? Like, honestly, I never would have thunk it. So yeah, I thank you for staying tuned. We're about to hit 100 subscribers. We're on 77 right now. So what I'd kindly ask for you to do is to subscribe, follow, like, comment, share, everything. Like, spam it, please. Every week I make an intention to get better, and by getting better is by staying consistent and putting the time and effort into just create a good podcast and just waffle my way into life, you know? I think that's the most important part, and I promise you I'll do my best to be better and work on my craft, work on my communication, work on the topics, and just be a better content creator, because that's the whole point, and I love doing it, and I hope you guys are enjoying it. And all I'd ask for you to do is to just subscribe. You know, it will make me happy. We'll be on 100 by the end of June. This is the start of June. The 3rd of June is when this comes out. So we've got a couple of days to get our shit up, you know? So yeah, let's get into the podcast. Firstly, how are you feeling? Are you happy? Are you healthy? How are you feeling? Today has been such a random day. So woke up in the morning, woke up at 6 a.m. and I go to the gym, cool. But before that, I woke up right, and I look at my phone and I see that my Wi-Fi is not on. I didn't really take notice into it because I thought, all right, cool, maybe data just wants to start moving better than my Wi-Fi. And then I realized the Wi-Fi is not working. And then I go downstairs, hot water's not working. And then the whole electricity in the house is not working, and the boiler's not working. The only thing that's working is the light switches. I'm thinking something is up. Something is up. Me and my mom were trying to think what's the problem. But she goes to work, and then had to ring the council, had to, speak to them. They said they were going to come tomorrow, but then Mumsy spoke to them, and apparently they will come in next few hours. But before they were coming, I was like, you know what, let me do some experimenting. Bro, I'm not that type of guy who does this, like, fixing things or whatever. I've never really been that type of guy I mean, I like doing it, but I don't really like the DIY or fixing things. But I was like, you know what, let's take that initiative and just start. Bro, we solved the problem. We fixed it. But of course, the repairman had to actually sort out the plug socket and get that sorted out. That was so random. I'm sorry I had to put you through that. Anyway, we're going to talk about the elephant in the room. Nothing was the same. This is my favorite Drake album. My favorite album, period. I love this album. And man, the intro, the intro is phenomenal. Tuscan leather, and the way it just goes into the furthest, and the way it goes into furthest thing, the way that it goes into start from the bottom. Wu-Tang Forever, which is an underrated song. There's so many good songs on here, so many gems on this album that is just amazing. And we get to see the GOAT next month at Wireless, 3 days back to back to back. It doesn't get more perfect than this. But yeah, I love this album, and I'll forever flex that he released it on my birthday, 24th of September, because this is a birthday present, and it's an amazing birthday present. This is usually on my wall, but it fell, so I'm gonna have to attach this back on my wall, and it's a sign to actually talk about this album, because it's beautiful. The way that he just was storytelling on the album, his cadence, his flow, the features, the production, man. they were ahead of their time when they made this album, and I would do anything to listen to this album for the first time again because it is really good. My favorite song of this album is Furthest Thing and Connect. Both of them songs, beautiful. It just sets a perfect image of what the album actually is, and it's that melodic, chill, easygoing music that just is very euphoric and does not miss. And I really love this album. And it's mad how this was supposed to be done like backwards to front or front to backwards, because it just makes sense with the outro and the intro. But yeah, nothing was the same. Beautiful album. That is the album of the day. Thumbnail. Anywho, I'm gonna talk about the biggest elephant in the room, my dick. The Tyler the Creator scandal. So, if you guys are living under a rock, Tyler the Creator was in the UK, well, has been in the UK for the past 2 weeks, and he's been doing his tour, his Chromacopia tour, with Lil Yachty and Paris, Texas. I think that's what their name is. I forgot. Anyway, he had a show in Manchester last week, and on the last episode, I was like, I'll give you an update if I went to the show or not. Well, update. We went to the show, but the way that we got into the show was a bit different. We may not snuck in, and saying sneaking in is maybe a bit dramatic. Actually, we did, and it got a lot of hate of the video that I made. I'll be honest, it got a lot of hate, and I understand because it's like, damn, anyone could be doing this now, or whatever. I understand, and I do not condone any of it. I do not condone any of it. I'm just a normal man that is just willing to experiment and just test his luck and to go into a concert for free. And it worked, and it's worked multiple times. And me saying all this stuff is probably going to stop it from working. And I'm okay with that. Because we had our fun. I think I've seen the people that I want to see that now. It's like, okay, we can actually just bake off and start paying for these concerts. Concerts are so expensive. Like, if concerts weren't so expensive, I wouldn't be doing this stuff. But now, to be fair, it all started when I was working agency, working as hospitality bar staff kiosk, and you're able to work at football games, concerts, and all that stuff. So I thought, why not just do it during the summer? So doing that, and it was something that I was doing, and I never really thought that you could actually like work your way around and just leave. I always thought, yeah, when you're there you have to work, and yeah, that's literally what I was doing. But there was one day, I don't know what show it was, I don't remember. I think it was Parklife. Me and my boy Kelsey went to Parklife, right? We went to Parklife, and we just like left work to go see Dave, and had like one of the best experiences ever. And I was like, you know what, yeah, why don't you just like work at these places, and for the people that you want to see, just go and see them. Sometimes at agency they let you do that, but sometimes they don't even want you to stay there for like, they only want you to be watching the artist for like 5 minutes and then go back and work. Me and the other half, bro, I'm here to see the full set. Like, do you know who I am? Like, honestly, bro, I'm gonna see the whole set. I am willing to lose my job and see the whole set. So I'll be doing that for a while. And my last actual agency shift was last year when I worked at Reading. And I do that festival annually because I just love working there, in terms of working at the guest area. And it's just funny. We may be there for Travis's headline. It just makes sense. I may actually have to get a ticket. But anyway, yeah, so I've been doing that for a while, just, going to concerts and festivals that I don't actually pay for, like with agency, and just finding my way in. There's always like the staff entrance. You say your name. If you're not on the system, just act like you're meant to be there, and then they'll figure something out to get you in there. If they can't, they can't. But if you're confident, screw it in your mind, you will get in. I promise you, because it's worked every single time. And yeah, so we get in now. I wasn't meant to get the wristband because I wasn't even assigned to the shift, but automatically they just gave me the wristband, and I'm like, cool. They were like, we can't find you on the system, so we can't get you into the shift. Bear in mind, I still had the wristband on, so I was like, damn, okay, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna leave. The manager said that there's another entrance where you can get signed in. So I'm like, cool. So I go to that entrance, right? And then, bro, they didn't even flinch a second. They just let me in. They saw I showed my wristband. You need to have a wristband. I showed my wristband, and we're in. Going to the um, going to the elevators, yeah. And the guys asked me a question like, "Oh, where you working?" I just said, "Oh, level 1 kiosk bar." That's all you need to say. And they're like, "Oh, okay." And that's all I did. And then got to the first floor. Got to the first floor. Man, I walked my way around. I was in awe of like what I've been blessed with. And honestly, it's all God because it has nothing to do with me. It is a straight blessing that we are given these opportunities. And I'm very grateful and I'm very blessed because this does not happen and we did it. And I'm very grateful and I'm very blessed that we were actually able to do this. So yeah, that happened. We got in and I hid in the toilets for like an hour before my boys arrived. Because what am I doing here? I'm not trying to lose my spot. I'm not trying to lose my area that I'm at. I'm not trying to get taken by security. No. So I hide in the toilets. It stinks. It's horror. But you know, we had to do that anyway. I'm willing to take that sacrifice than paying money to go and see Tyler, which I probably should have because he's got more than enough money. But anywho, hid in the toilets and for like an hour. And then after that, went to go to look at the spot where I was sitting, well, where we were sitting. It was a good area. It was right next to the B stage that it had with the vinyl selection. Oh my gosh. I'm going to talk about how beautiful that was. That really may be like my favorite stage set that I've seen in terms of creativity because it was just so relaxing and chill. How you're telling me that he's just putting his shoes on while music is playing and he's just vibing. Like, it's just things like that it don't get better than that, bro. It was so nice to actually see that. We see Paris, Texas. They're really good. They had the crowd mosh pitting, had the crowd going crazy. And then as soon as Paris finished, it was straight after that was Yachty's part. And Yachty was good performing, but there were just times where it was a bit meh. I don't know if that was just me. I feel like it was genuinely his old songs, like his old songs. You could tell from his energy that he doesn't even like performing them. Like songs like I Spy and songs like One Night. You can just tell that he doesn't really enjoy it. He literally just stands and sings without having a care in the world what's going on. But for the other songs, for example, from albums like Let's Start Here and from, is it Lil Boat 2 or I don't know, the one with like Flex Up and that, or his like songs that he's previewing, like his new songs, you could tell he has more energy. And it's mad how he only cares about his new songs now than his old ones, and it makes sense because that's not him no more. That was a part of his life that he did when he was like 16, like 17, 18, I don't know. And yeah, so that's Lil Yachty. And then after that was Tyler the Creator. And boy oh boy, he's a good performer. I've already seen him before. I saw him at Park Life 2023, and that was for his Call Me If You Get Lost era. And man, that's my favorite Tyler album. So to see him perform majority of that album live, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, it was good to see Tyler live, and I really like his performance. I really like his performance because he's really good at speaking to the crowd. He's really good at like actually performing, rapping. He doesn't have no backing track. The only backing track he has is the ad-libs and the actual instrumental. But other than that, he's really good performing. He has that energy, and that's one thing that I appreciate from artists because they don't really have that. Some artists, Carti, they just have their backing track and they just lip sync a little bit, and it's crazy. Like, it's mad you can do so little and still get so much praise, but you don't even do much. It really makes you realize, like, damn, okay, Carti may really be a scam because he's getting paid good money to just do the bare minimum. And you got artists like Tyler that actually perform and get paid what they're doing. You know what I mean? So it makes me think, damn, why should you even put effort? But you know what I mean? I'm actually deep in it. That's actually crazy. Actually, like, deep, that situation. You got artists that just lip sync and walk around and do niche, jump around a little bit and just sag their trousers to the bottom. They may as well just be wearing their boxes, getting paid good money or having this legacy, whatever. And you got artists like Tyler, and obviously Tyler's a bigger artist anyway, but like Tyler that just put that effort in, and their effort matches their performance and their worth. And I'm not trying to say that they're not worth it. You know what I mean? I could never say that. That's not nice. But you know what I mean? Like, damn, for artists that high, you should be putting that effort. I don't know how this got into a Carti rant, but you know what I'm trying to say? It makes sense. Speaking of Carti, I've been thinking of this lyric a lot. It's like, I'm gonna go and give it to her. I've just been feeling myself. I found Jesus, Christian Dior. What a banger. That's the Tyler scandal. I really enjoyed it. The shoes that I was wearing killed me. But you know, it was a sacrifice I'm willing to take, and I'll do it again because I do not regret a single thing. This may be a little bit different, but I'm just gonna be saying a few things. While I was in Manchester, or during these past couple months or weeks, I've been blessed and grateful enough to get myself out there and go to events and go to these things and connect with others, make friends with others, you know, just get myself out there. And for anyone that is trying to do something that is, I don't know, whatever you're trying to do, content creation or something that is a bit in the creative side or that needs people, get yourself out there and go to events because it makes such a difference on the way that you just carry yourself. You're able to see your strengths and your weaknesses, and with your weaknesses, you're able to grow and to learn and to develop as a person. And you never know who you're gonna meet, and take the opportunity to get yourself out there. Don't stay boxed in the house and do nothing. My mom used to tell me this so many times, and she still does, to just like get yourself out there. And only now I'm really taking the opportunity to get myself out there. And it comes at a price because, bro, pocket thin. Yet we are having these experiences and opportunities that are priceless, that money is meaningless. You know what I mean? All that matters is a mindset and just getting yourself out there, speaking to people, you know. So I'd encourage you to do that because it's important. You never know who you're going to come across, and you can't do anything on your own. I feel like as you surrender yourself in that aspect and give yourself out to the world, you know, you get a lot back in you because all you're giving is good intention. So keep that in mind, you know, go to events, take that risk. Don't be afraid, because what's the best that can happen? Everything. And what's the worst that can happen? You know, you're still alive. There's nothing worse than that. Like, you're still alive. So do what you love to do and don't care what people say, even the people closest to you. As long as your heart is on par with your mind, or as long as, you know, you got some form of harmony, then that's all you need to do. Ooh, what on a roll, huh? Myself in the middle, I press on my anger. I'm gonna get you down. Speaking of Sam Fender, bro, I made a TikTok the other day of me reacting to, me doing my top 10 Sam Fender songs, and it kind of blew up a little bit. And bro, I'm a Sam Fender stan. I told you, I fuck with his music heavy. Sam Fender, if you're watching this, you're the guy. I may be at your show this weekend, and if you see this, give me some tickets, please. Nah, but we may be at the show, and I just appreciate his music. You know, it's crazy because I never thought for a second I'd actually like that type of music. I don't know, what is it? Alternate indie rock? I don't know, but I never thought that I'd like that type of music. But here I am at the age of 22, singing my heart out to Sam Fender, and I don't regret a single part of it. I feel like I'm on top of the world when I'm listening to his music, and it's such a beautiful connection what music has to people. And yeah, I love his music, bro. My favorite song from him is Mantra. I remember when I was working at my postgrad job, every time I drive there and drive back, I'd always play that song because it really gets me through it. Like just like, bro, and just the verse, every part of that song is beautiful and it's very underrated, and I just love it, bro. It just sounds good, really, really good. Today, I listened to his debut album, Hypersonic Missiles or something. I never listened to it, which maybe I probably should have, but I just never took the time to listen to it. And I listened to it today, and I like it. However, I do feel like people watching and 17 going on that is still like are still better projects. But I do love some songs on there. I think it's a good album. But yeah, Sam Fender, bro, what an artist, bro. I really want to see him. And speaking of people that I am seeing this week, I'm seeing Beyonce this week. We are going to see Beyonce, and yeah, we're seeing her during her Cowboy Carter tour at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Oh, my battery, my camera. You know, we're just going to keep going till the battery runs out. I've literally got 1% left, and all my batteries are... we're okay. But yeah, I'm going to see Beyonce this week, and we're just going to shoot some content while we're there. And it's things like this, that these concerts and festivals, June and July is such a crammed month for concerts and festivals, and I love it. I think it's so sick. So yeah, it really is going to be a W month for concerts and festivals. Let me know in the comments which concerts and festivals you're going to, because you never know, you may see the guy there. And I mean, we will do a meet up or something, because it's a W time to be getting yourself out there and going to concerts and festivals. Because I'm a big type of guy that loves these things. I was gonna say a big advocate. Is that? I don't know. I just love concerts and festivals, bro. It's such a euphoric environment, depending where you are, though. What I also want to talk about on here is having some time off listening to music. Hear me out. I never really deeped this until couple months back, how much music has such a big part of your mind and your mental health and just your day-to-day life. When you wake up, yeah, or during your day, are you that type of person that needs music to get through the day? Or are you that type of person that whenever you can, you just listen to music and don't think anything of it, and you don't actually rely on music? Because if you have to rely on it, it's kind of toxic. If you can get through the day or get through majority of the morning or the day without listening to music, then it shows that you don't rely on it. And I was at a phase where I had to listen to music when I wake up, when I go shower, when I'm walking, when I'm doing something. I had to listen to music. Like, I could not go through a day without listening to music or doing something. And then as I got closer to God, it made me realize that, okay, it can be idolizing things. Like, idolizing music can be one of them. So then what I started to do was, when I wake up, I don't listen to music. Or when I go to the gym, or when I go to places, I don't listen to no music. And at first, it was very unsettling. But the more that I do it, the more that I grew into it just grew into a habit. And you realize during those moments, your mind is so free. And it really is waking up. And all them thoughts are just fresh in your mind. You've got to try it. You honestly have to try it. And especially going on a run and working out. I never would work out without music, but now I do it quite frequently, and it's something that is really peaceful. You really hear your mind being challenged, and you really maneuver and navigate differently when you have no music playing, because it really is just you and your thoughts, and those things drive you to be the best version of yourself. So if you actually don't listen to music, when you're working out or whatever, good on you. But I'd also recommend you, for people who rely on music, start doing that. Change your habit and just listen to music less. Go on like a music detox and just vibe out to the voice, that the music or the instruments of nature. Like, I'll be forgetting how good it feels to hear birds just chirp, or to hear your own footsteps when you're running, or just little things like that, like hearing trees sway, or just the little details, the key things in life, you know, it's important, and you don't want to neglect that aspect of your life because you're so consumed by these things. And for people like us who love rap music can get so saturated and can get so weird that you don't want to just keep listening to rap or these songs because it messes up with your mind. You've got a beautiful and a strong mind, so don't let anything, even though we love music and rap, don't let it, bring you down, because it's music and it's your mind at the end of the day that you got to put first. So that's one little tip that I'd recommend for you to do. Try go through a day without not a day, but when you wake up, do not listen to music and just let your thoughts be, and let me know how it goes. Generally, comment down below what you think, and yeah, there's always going to be a solution. But yeah, that's all the things that's going on. I've recently started turning into like a jazz head. I like jazz music now, and I never thought that I liked jazz music. I always thought that jazz music was just a headache with just a lot of instruments just doing a lot of nothing. But as I'm just getting older, getting wiser, I'm thinking, you know what, jazz music is not that bad. For example, Ezra Collective, I thought that they were a group of singers. I didn't think that they were just a band of just instrumentals and like features. I never actually thought that. I generally thought that they were a singer band or something, but they're just like a jazz band that just don't say niche. And hey, it's different, and it's nice to hear artists like that. So yeah, Ezra Collective are good. I really like, who else do I like? Nah, Ezra Collective is all I can think about right now. But I'll be in my bag listening to jazz sometimes. You know, when you're just chilling, you got to listen to some jazz, bro. It just makes sense and it sounds good. It really sounds good, and you can't go wrong with it. You actually cannot go wrong with jazz music. So yeah, listen to some jazz music, man. Get yourself in that mood and just rock out to some jazz song. Bro, summer is here, and I'm so happy that it's basically summer season. You know, new music, new things to do, exploring, and more music for you, bro. And to start off, I'm always going to say Astro Thunder by Travis Scott, bro. That is such a phenomenal song for summer. That's my favorite song. I love that. No, it's not. That's one of my favorite songs, and I just love it. It just sounds really good, and you can't not like Astro Thunder. Another summer song for you is Hold On by Thames. That's an underrated song off the album Born in the Wild, and I'd recommend for you to go tap in. Any Cajun Other song slaps. Any jungle song slaps. I love listening to Let's Go Back or Keep Me Satisfied. Those songs right now, phenomenal. Like, listen to those ones. Fire. Sam Vergy and Skepta released their song, and it actually sounds really good. Sam Vergy is a good DJ. I saw him at Coachella and his set was sick. And I was I even drunk? I think I was a little bit, but I was just like watching his set and realizing, you know what, yeah, it's actually fire. So that's also making me want to go to Reading even more because he's having his set there. So yeah, I'd recommend for you to listen to the Sam Vergy and Skepta track. And another Skepta song for you to listen to during summer is You Wish or Glow in the Dark. That's one song that I just kept saying. Or Cinderella by Future and Travis. Or Fried. Yeah. Or From Don Toliver. 5 to 10. Last Laugh. Leather Coat. Like, those songs there, phenomenal. Listen to some Erykah Badu. Listen to some John Legend. You know, listen to those type of songs. Listen to some Marvin Gaye, Lauryn Hill. Like, those type of artists there are perfect for, you know, spring, summer. Well, it's not spring no more, but for summer. And it just makes sense. And yeah, hey, tap into that. Broaden your horizon. Oh, I've got another artist for you to listen to, The Blossoms. It's a band. It's an indie band. And I don't know how I got into their music. I think I was just going through my Spotify songs and then they just came up, and they have a song called Get Happy. Valid. Listen to the album. I forgot what the album is called. Gary. Yeah, listen to the album Gary because it's really good. Nico B dropping his album People or like mixtape. I'm here for that because I appreciate that. I like his music. Little Sims is dropping the album Lotus. We will be there for that. Who else? Loyal Kana is dropping his album. Hopefully, we will be there. I literally cried to his song "Lying" and his other song "About Time." Long story, I was just going through it, and then the song just happened to be playing in the background, and I just bawled my eyes out. Bro, I'll be crying so much. I never thought I'd be crying this much in my life. This emotional stuff is not for me, bro. But hey, we're still with him, period. So hey, don't be afraid to let your emotions out, because it's life. We all have them days, and we all cry, and we have music, we have friends, we have people. You're not alone. Go speak to people and go get yourself out there, because you are loved, and don't let anyone tell you that you're not more than worthy, because you are. Keep your head up, keep striving, stand on business, and just be the best version of yourself. Yeah, that's really all I can really say in that term. That was really jumbled up, and I hope that you guys like that little section. But I genuinely hope that you guys are enjoying the podcast, because every time, every week, every day, I'm like doing the best to improve and writing down on my notes what things to even talk about, because there's always something that can be improved on. And the last thing I want to do is to just not improve. Every time, every week, we want to get better, and we will. And that's facts. The camera's about to shut off, and I hope you guys are enjoying the podcast, and I hope you enjoy it. What I want to talk about is just be the best version of yourself, stand on business, and just keep going no matter what. Don't let nobody tell you that you're not him, and just keep going. And this episode is very short, and I'm sorry. Next episode will be better, because it's episode 24. I hope you genuinely have enjoyed this podcast, and I'm sorry if it's been a bit rushed. But yeah, that's all I got for now, guys. Honestly, the camera is gonna die. The camera is gonna die. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week, and I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Take care.